Okay. Next up, Snorkl.
Cool. Hey, hi everyone. My name is Jeff. I'm one of the co-founders at Snorkl. I started my career as a fifth grade teacher. I loved it, loved the kids, loved teaching. But around that time, I saw a ton of potential in education technology, and I said, you know what, I wanna be a part of that, and I actually want to build it. And so I ended up learning how to code, and I've worked in education technology ever since. More recently, of course, with Snorkl.
And my name is John. I'm the other co-founder of Snorkl. So great to be here with you all. My background is in the high school math classroom, and a big emphasis in my class was around making class not just about students' answers, but about their thinking. And so Snorkl is really born out of a desire to capture student thinking in really rich ways and leverage that really intentionally for instruction. And so I'm going to share my screen here, do a little demo, and happy to answer any questions that you have along the way as well. Yeah, great. Can you all see that okay? So one of our core beliefs at Snorkl is we know and believe in the power of student explanations. And we think it's really powerful when students share and explain their thinking. It gives us as teachers, obviously, insights into how they're approaching problems or how they're thinking about questions that we ask them. It also allows students to more deeply internalize the content, identify their own errors, and make sure that they're like really deeply embedding it into their knowledge. We also know, and just similar to some of the other products, feedback's really powerful for students, right? And so we know that giving every student individualized feedback every day is challenging. And so Snorkl combines these two ideas. We allow students to record their thinking on our digital whiteboard, and then they get really personalized, immediate feedback from AI. And we also leverage that AI to give teachers insights into trends from across the class. So how this works is teachers can assign students a question or prompt. They can select something from our own library, or they can create their own materials. You can do this for any subject area. We started specifically supporting with math and science, but you could do this with any content area where you want students to explain their thinking. Students get that digital whiteboard where they record their voice and how they're thinking about that question or problem. And then they get that really personalized, immediate feedback. And we like to say, like, this is the kind of feedback that you wouldn't be able to give to students unless you sat down with every single one of them one-on-one and listened to their thinking. It's really powerful and unique in that sense. So I'm going to show you a little bit here of what this looks like for a student when they get a Snorkl activity. You can share with them a link on Google Classroom or wherever they access their assignments. They come here and they get a whiteboard with a question or a prompt from their teacher on it. Students have different tools here to draw, highlight, type out text, and create a response to this question. And when they're ready, the heart of a Snorkl assignment is their explanation. So when they're ready, they press this purple record button, and it's going to start just recording their voice and what they're doing here on the screen. I'm going to demo this for you here so you can see what this experience is like for a student. So I'm going to quickly solve this problem. Actually, I'll take all the steps here, but it's going to take me about 15 seconds. Okay, so we've got a rectangle. The total perimeter is 146 centimeters. It says the length is 29 centimeters. So I'm going to label this side over here 29 centimeters. The opposite length must also be 29 centimeters. Those two sides together, 29 plus 29, adds up to 58. And my total perimeter was 146. So if I do 146 minus 58, that means there's 88 centimeters left for the other two sides. And I'll split that in two. 88 divided by 2 gives me 44. So the width of the frame is 44 centimeters. Students record their work, and we think this is a really rich task for students, right? This is not a sit and get model. This is not multiple choice. This is students really deeply engaging and sharing how they are thinking about this problem and problem solving. And as a teacher, we know it would take a lot of time to examine all these rich pieces of student work. Like, it's valuable. But as a teacher, we don't have time to watch necessarily every single one of our students' videos, responses to these questions. And so what we're doing is we're leveraging AI to give students really rich personalized feedback on their thinking process and how they're solving problems or responding to questions that we ask them here. So you'll see on the right-hand side, there is that really personalized AI feedback. Here in this case, I got the question correct, so tell me I got correct. I got a 4 out of 4 for my explanation, and then really specific pieces of praise on my response there. If I get it incorrect, it's going to give me a really specific question or prompt to help me get unstuck in the same way that you'd want to have in your class if you were helping a student one-on-one with their problem-solving process. Students can take that feedback, they can leverage it immediately with that respond again button to improve their response if they need to. One of the things that we hear most frequently from teachers is that they are amazed by how quickly and readily their students will record again, even without them asking, which is really exciting just because the feedback is so personalized and it's so immediate for the students. As a teacher, we think this is a really valuable tool for not just for students' practice, but for formative assessment. We get a lot of data from our students' rich explanations. And so as students are submitting their work, you can see from across the class, their work comes in here in real time. AI is automatically sorting it into the categories of correct or incorrect and affixing that label to the corner so we can tell how strong their response is. I can take my cursor and quickly scroll over and preview that video and the automatic closed captions that are generated, and then quickly jump, of course, into those videos and look at my students' work and the feedback that they're getting. In addition to that that generated feedback from the AI, as a teacher, sometimes I might want to leave my students more personalized and in-depth feedback. And so I can type them additional comments. I can also actually jump right into their Canvas and record for them a message. And I can make a little video and say, hey, great job remembering to divide that 88 by 2 there at the end to get 44. Attach that as a video comment, and now my students have really personalized feedback from me as well in response to their response. As teachers, we also know that time is of the essence, and so giving teachers the tools to leverage this information and this what they've collected from students here is really valuable. And so in addition to being able to obviously go through and view all these videos, we also have this Teachers Insights tab. And what Teacher Insights does is it actually leverages AI to analyze all of our student responses from across the class. And we're identifying top exemplars from across the class that we might leverage for whole group instruction, as well as identify trending errors in our student thinking so that I immediately know what are the misconceptions that my students have, who has those misconceptions, and who might I pull for example, for small groups in order to provide further support and follow up with students. So this combination of really rich student activity where we're asking them to explain their thinking, really personalized feedback generated by AI, and then those rich teacher insights, we think is a really powerful combination for just furthering learning. Again, I've been showing some math examples, but we have teachers who are using this in all content areas. You can do this with science questions. You can do this with world language questions. Students can record in any language. And so if they're an English language learner, new to country, they can record in their native language as well. The last thing I'll share here, our website is snorkl.app. And so if this is something that you are interested in trying, we'd love to share it with you. Teachers can get in there for free right now. You can go to snorkl.app, click this purple request a demo button up here in the corner. If you're a teacher, it will automatically send you a link so you can sign in, create an account, and get started snorkeling. If you're a school leader, we'd love to talk to you about our free school pilot program as well. We are moving to a paid model next school year. There will be a free version that allows teacher access, but if it's something that you're considering adopting at the school level for next year, we'd love to be in touch with you and talk more. How did I do on time, Ryan?
Awesome. Nailed it.
Okay, great.
Yeah, we've even got a couple more minutes if anybody has questions or if there's anything else you want to add to your spiel.
If there are no questions, we should force John to do like a really challenging like pre-calc or calc problem live. I've found that that's very impressive. I couldn't do that. So there's a question about device specs. So this could be used on any devices, iPads. There's not like a native iPad app, but it works quite well. We have a lot of schools using that are iPad only, but iPads, Chromebooks. It's web-based. So Margaret, I
Yeah.
hope that
Works on any device. Yep.
Jessica, yes, Jess, our fellow math teacher here.
Good stuff.
Yeah, one thing to note is there's no E. The domain was not available. So Snorkl no E .app. Got to work on that search engine optimization. But yeah.
All right. It's cool. It's cool when you drop letters.
Yeah, exactly. There you go. Yeah.
Right.
That's what
Yeah. Well,
that's what the kids do.
Yeah.
yeah.
Cool, guys. Thanks so much. Appreciate it.